This is recording now.
So, AF, Pascal is on the Hangout too. Florian is on a trip to Venice, and Paul is in an Uber. He will be minutes, so he lost his phone and money and key and everything, and it's a big mess, but on the way. So we'll start the whole thing with the of how the product currently looks like. Let me share my screen. Nope.
Oh, you can do
This one here.
That's perfect.
But does it scroll in? This one here. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Pascal, do you want to say something about this? Pascal?
Sorry, I switched to Wi-Fi. Pretty cool. So this is a notebook for.
I currently opened the. I'm showing the notebook, and you did the analysis. Maybe you want to show, say something?
Yeah. Just guys, if you want to check it up, so you can read the whole thing. I just want to tell you that we have at least something. Just go below and go until you see a graph that is easier to show and understand. Not these ones that are hard to understand. Yep. Further down. Okay, this one is useful. The next one might be more useful. The survival rate for different job groups. So in red, you have CEOs. In green, you have software engineers. And in blue, you have HR assistant and firemen. This shows how much time it takes to people to find a job somehow. So if you look at the number of days at the bottom, you can see that after 400 days, you still have something like 30% of CEOs that don't have a job yet. This is taking a lot of approximation, read the doc for the full things, especially because of different people working, like they're still seeking a job, but they work part-time or things like this. But at least we have some kind of model that helped us extract some info we can show in the app that we'll show later. That's all for the notebook.
Okay. Next is going to be a big demo of how the product looks like at the moment.
Yeah. So as you can see already, there's a new look. It's centered. There's a background and all. And although the whole app has been revamped with Mathilde UI mocks, and I'm going to guide through it. There's two big changes last week. One is the UI I'm talking about, and also the data that we talked about last week and this week is now inside the application itself. So it works as usual. This part will be revamped again next time. This hasn't changed much. You can see a little more blue links, but it's not huge. And be careful your eyes. Next click is awesome. So here you have a little navigation panel on the left. You have big button, not really buttons. It looks very much what we wanted to have. You can see the progress where you are at on the left. For those who don't read English, it says you first pick your job, then how do you get there, and then summary. And here you click on the button, you say, I want to start a job, and you show different jobs. As you can see, we show little images I talked about last week with very cool cards detailing. So it's very easy to compare different jobs. And on the right, you have some metrics. We included them since last week's one about salaries. Display is not perfect yet, but it's going there. You have the time to employment that is here. It's in the millions of months, but that will come later. You also have a number of offers that we didn't speak about, but this we managed to include as well. You have little tooltips that Stefan is showing right now. And globally, it looks pretty cool, and it helps you make not a big decision, but just maybe you want to try it. If you want to add another idea that is not there, you can see at the bottom. Add something new, you add anything. The UI is not finalized here, especially when you add something, it's a bit, it's a bit weird how it appears, but you see it's arriving there. And you have a nice Baker, is she Baker? Yeah, Baker. So the tool is pretty much up to speed on this page. It's almost done. You can switch to maybe another strategy if you want to try something different instead of just trying a job. Yeah, here you will see the jobs that are close to the one, to the pizza making. And as you can see with the images, it corresponds to a lot of cooking, so it's pretty obvious. Okay, so that's mostly on what we worked on. Just pick on one of them. This next step is about training. We also revamped the UI for training. It follows the same idea of cards, same idea of metrics on the right. You can quickly see how long it takes for each thing. Is there a way that you can get money out for it or not? So apparently for this, either there's a bug or for this kind of training, you all can find financing. It's cool.
It is a bug. It's currently always so because we didn't have the data in there.
Okay. Anyway, this is working almost as intended. We'll probably revamp a bit the selector on the left to select the timing, which is not up to a good UI that is looking afterwards. That's about it. All the rest you can pick it. Yep.
I understand what's already done and what's will be improved. So there is the financed or not that will be improved when we have the data. Are there other parts?
No. So mostly this page will keep as such. The financing appear or not there, be not there if we don't have any idea. You will never get the exact amount you can get. You might get in the future if we get more data about a trade or how much it costs if we know the price. But the actual decision of what happens will, like, do you personally, Stephanie, get a funding for this training will be decided later in the plan, like in the plan viewing and not in the plan building. We're still in the plan building phase.
Sure. That is presented, that's the real data that you got?
Sorry, which one?
The dates that are on the left side on the down button?
No.
Okay.
No, they're not real. They're fake. But they look real enough for the demos. If you pick it afterwards, I guess the rest of the demo is as the old, it's still the old look. This is our next sprint, so hopefully by next week you'll see much cooler stuff happening there. That's all for the demo. Stefan, did I miss something?
Look on the next one. Open the mocks. Can you see the mocks opening here?
I can. Yep.
So next is going to be what we currently start working steps in the plan building. So we would ask you to, do you need help with preparing your CV? Do you need this with your interview skills? So there's going to be a few more steps in the plan builder. And then I guess the biggest part is we currently, it just might be a bit frustrating. So we implement a plan viewer that gives you a different view on the steps that you previously selected. We want you to go relatively fast through the whole plan building, and you pick several steps, you just make choices. And then in the end, it will show you detailed information. It will show you more information about the job that you picked, the training, but then also further down, it will give you actual links to where prepare for an interview or how to improve your CV writing skills.
That's cool.
That's the thing to work on in the next sprint.
That's awesome. I love the app.
And now I'll figure out how to stop sharing my screen.
That's really cool. Really, really, really cool.
Okay, so we are back and we'll continue with our PPP, which is here. So I put myself in the first place and I'll start there. We'll put last and hope you can check on his status, but he's here in 4 minutes. Okay. So, but I set up my, so we have one room here where we all sit together, but I want a standing desk and I got this separate spot out quiet and I have my big screen and it's really nice to be there. Another progress, because you saw this in the demo, but just generally I really liked how work felt this week. Last week we things and we were fearful that we wouldn't fulfill all the expectations that people have on us, but I think yes, we made good progress on the project. We saw pieces falling together, all the so it became nice, and people can actually see what was great. And then also we have a much more go. We know what's important for the next few weeks, and have a backlog of things. So feels much more solid. We know where we're going. I feel much better with that. And then additionally, we tried working in a bit different way sometimes. So we not always implement everything, but we also just sometimes brainstorm with. And I think that's a very good way to reason about our ideas. And last piece of progress, I started my French class this week. I've been there twice already, Tuesday and Thursday. It's horrible, and this language really sucks. To learn this, but classes are nice. We're only 4 people. Teacher is cool. It's a small apartment somewhere around here. I'll keep on going to this place every week. Problems. I was a bit sick the whole week. I don't know. Probably on my way back from Berlin, we couldn't start, and we were sitting in this plane for hours with the AC. I think that gave me a bit of a cold. That's a problem. And the other one, find a gym or yoga place where I can work out regularly to feel better at work. But it seems to be pretty complicated. I went to one yesterday, but want me to commit to an annual membership, and that's a stupid idea. Okay. I want to implement the remaining mocks that I just gave you a preview on. And then on Thursday, we'll have first user tests. So until then, the whole thing has to be up and running. That's a lot to do for next week. And on the personal side, I had a very super nice. I managed to clean up my room because we decided to clean everything else first. But felt great. And a tip is, in Berlin, you always have to be rude when you deal with administration. They first rude back, you say something weird, and then they start smiling and are super nice and helpful. It always works like this. It's a while to find the right level of rudeness, but yeah, if you ever have to go to Berlin, I can help you with that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, then next progress is Manuel here.
Yeah.
Here's it here. Okay. Then we can go back to seeing ourselves.
Hey, let's go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so for the progress on the page, you guys you can have a look and let me know if you have some kind of comments. And it's going to be also an ongoing process, so every time we have a new process or new stuff, we are gonna almost done with the purchases. So we have everything ready. We're gonna have the business card soon. We're gonna have the cash, the microphones, and I forgot. So the process for the career inbox management is ready too. We're gonna send out some. And then for the expenses management process in France, we tried Expensify and Budly. And we're going to decide to use Expensify, I guess. And we're going to decide with Stephanie. Problems, we have a lot of strikes and rains here in France. So I got some trouble to get to Paris sometimes. I live a little bit far from Paris, so it takes 1 hour to get here. Plans, so I'm happy to see the product, so we're gonna have the feedback from the users. So this is really exciting. And then I'm gonna work on Stephanie also on the PI fundraising document, and then some administrative stuff.
You said BPI, is it the...
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna apply, I think, by end of next week. Like this.
I guess we set the date.
Yeah, okay. And then personal side, I met with some classmates yesterday, because there's a welcome day, some people yesterday, sorry. And because we are gathering tomorrow for a big welcome. So it was really exciting to meet new people and yeah, to see the future classmates. Yeah.
How are they?
Very cool, very cool, really international. So they came all around from the States or Germany or from everywhere in Europe. And then we were like 30 or 40 yesterday. And then tomorrow we're gonna have like 100 people. So I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but that's it.
Well, so cool.
Yeah.
For your community thing, I mean, if you need to, like, you can just send a place anytime.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, not even that, but also there are lots of days where I'm not even at home. So it's just...
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I'm not sure they know it.
Me too, but also Paul has a nice guest room.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
It's better, actually. Thanks.
Yeah. Someone should use it. It's just a waste right now.
Yeah, we could at least party there over the weekend. Paul is not there.
So I see that just like Stefan, I just copy pasted from
Yeah, of course.
the one dash.
If we, as a software guy, I would hate using the same, like writing the same thing in two systems. It's very redundant. So we have this snippet bot thingy that asks us for progress, problems, plans over the week. So we just start copy pasting it from there.
It's funny. I just noticed the exact same artifact
from
copy pasting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Progress. So this is more like I guess like process things. You know, like set up collaboration with EthaLab, and of course like everything is the work. You know, run on this, and it has ramifications as to how we use external help. Didn't put it there, but like it's kind of the same thing with admin. That was kind of the topic of many conversations this week. I think now it's in a fairly good place to move forward with this. Okay, so more La France s'engage lobbying to make sure we get it. I think I've talked to pretty much every single member of the jury with their spouses, their kids. You know? I think they're cornered. The sessions actually today, like where they convene and decide. So we'll know very soon. And
the next step being that we have to promote it towards the public.
Yeah, so as a plan, I'll talk more about this in a second. And then I mocked up like an alternative user flow with Mika.
Yeah.
I've told some of you guys about it, but one of my plans for next week, so I'll just go back to the problems afterwards. One of the plans for next week is to make it into an envision thing. When I say it does depend from the amount of work that Mika has to do with Florian, because that obviously takes priority.
Maybe the US doesn't know who Mika is.
Oh yeah, Mika is a UX, he's a really sharp guy, good product guy, and did this failed startup. But that didn't fail for UX reasons. So like a bit of a hustler and also extremely excited to help. So yeah, I can describe what the flow is, but it's probably not like in the scope of this meeting, but it'll be easier once we have the actual envision thing. So that's one of my plans. The next step, so that depends from the timing of when they announce it and what they I guess what they require from us. But the next step is we'll need to set some kind of public page because they communicate around it, and so basically what happens is it's up to a public vote. Jointly, the Élysée selects a bunch of people. So once we're in the final round, there's like 30 people, and then 15 people win. 3 of which are selected by the public and 12 by the Élysée. So there's a bunch of like admin / marketing things to do at that point where we need to set the public page and all, but also one feedback that I heard is that it's probably a very good idea to with votes. Like even if we're not in top 3, but at least like look like we have a lot of votes. Because then it's really weird if we have no votes and we get selected, and then it becomes obvious that and that's not good. And then obviously like get the money in the bank. Kind of happy about the budgeting, I guess, because like it was exactly for like the month of salary. So that was exactly the right amount, but then it does mean that so big failure here. Well, I'll talk to you offline about this, Pascal. Like there's a couple leads here, so I need to see what we're okay with. But like basically, we do need the money, if only to pay back like Pascal's loan, and also we have like next month's salaries. So that's important. So that's one of the big plans, which leads into the problems. It was impossible to reach Jamel like during the Marrakech Jury in the coming days, but I will see him this weekend.
What is the Marrakech Jury?
So for Marrakech Jury is Jamel's big signature festival. It's like this comedy festival that he does every year. It's like this big thing. I think there'll be like 100,000 people or so in Marrakech, which is Morocco, and it's this weekend. I grab him by the collar over there, but there's also a couple other leads, which but anyway, I'll talk to you offline about this.
He's the one who actually makes the loan, or it's his partner?
It's him.
Okay, so you need him.
He's the one executing it, but like Jamel still needs to like get the codes for his bank account. That's the big thing. Just overall, I just feel so scattered, but because there's so many like small things or like bigger things, but it's like like the Italab thing, and then the Adnan thing, and then like ties back into like some other conversations, and then there's the Alphonse Sangal thing, the product, like it may not be a bad thing. It just means that I help out where I'm needed on different functions, but emotionally speaking, just gathered both I guess mentally and physically, because hours of my so it's just kind of difficult. And then the big problem for today, you just can't do shit without a phone. So that's like I need to make a bunch of calls today to set up, like, or even like call for like this this loan, this money thing. Everything is two-factored, and same thing. I mean, there's like recovery code, so it's fine. I don't know even how to get around. Like everything sucks without the phone, and that's my life. Working on my real life, personal. Lost my phone, and I'm going to Marrakech this weekend.
Yes. Next, you want to read it from here? Or?
I have it here. Thanks. On progress relief, we prepared 2 meetings: share and care meeting and team growth meeting. Also started to write my thoughts on the pros and cons of the Paris-Lyon thing, which we will discuss later on after the user on the team basis. This is a progress, but it's not a problem. It's annoying. We are applying, which is an official legal document from the administration saying that people who actually donate to us can have a tax deduction, and complicated. So they are asking so many documents, but it will help so much that anyway we have to do it. Met with Adnan. But it was more in a professional talk this time. Great guy. I'm very excited about the product. Very, very, very excited. I can't wait for user to test it and see how everything goes. On problems, actually they were managed. Huge worries that external people would be there at the user testing session, and that would bother us, both media people and people from Pôle emploi, and that's it, they're out. It was managed by the fact that we proposed them to do a specific VIP demo session, so we'll have it later on. Oh yeah, and also because of this big strike that we had worries that the user test session that had to be last week, we wouldn't have enough users, so we postponed it to this week. So we have the 2 user testing test sessions 2 days in a row. As you mentioned, we analyzed Expensify because we really thought it sucks. The way we have to report expenses in France is horrible, and the administration makes it very heavy. So I'm still not sure how Expensify can really alleviate the whole thing, because it's
different.
Yeah, we still have things to system. So we'll wait it out and try to find a better way than we have today. We didn't like that. I don't know, like I have it on my to-do list every day and I don't do it. Bad girl. And I kind of procrastinated on what I wanted to do on having different levels of partnerships and different levels of counterparts for them. Like if you just give $50 as a base member, and if you give 500,000, I guess that you don't have the same counterparts. And I wanted to have time. Well, didn't find the time, I guess. And on plans, so I'm planning on work on that. Notify base address changed to everyone, because we changed the headquarters officially, and until now it was sent to Yves, which wasn't a good idea because many arrived, because I guess that on his letterbox and on his letterbox, I guess it wasn't well notified. So I had we had so many live, or that he would give us like 1 month later when we would see him. So it's not to say everyone that.
And now it's here in Bilkera.
Yeah, that's the new address. And I have to work on I started to really have to do it for the housing data. We have to propose a contract to the and we want to make it as low as possible, our engagement. Something so that the lawyer helped me out, but today we already talked about it, so I have the ideas, but now I have to write. I want to work on the landing page with Marion, the Google girl, that would help us set AdWords on it. First use the landing page, and also to understand how AdWords work. If we have needs later on, it would be great.
Could we use it for La France Engage? Could we use it for La France Engage?
Yeah, well, I guess totally. Maybe we should work on that one first instead of the landing page. The landing page is a further need. Yeah, totally. I agree.
Don't you have a really big amount of money there AdWords?
We have like 10,000 euros monthly. And once we have
it legal if we spend 10,000 on the France Engage?
Yeah, of course.
And then we amount to that.
Words and all. So, yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. And anyway, the general. So later on, when we figure out how it works, we could set it for base.org, and everyone would benefit from it, the US and France. Entrusted me a little mission to find volunteers who improve the job image correlation in the demo. So, well, in the product. And then a bachelorette parties this weekend, so it's still a surprise. I have absolutely no idea. I had no idea.
The classic stripper.
Yeah, right. I don't think I say something. Yeah, I love surprises. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
That's yours?
Yeah, I'm done with mine. Thanks.
Next one is Florian is not here. He's in Venice.
Shall we read this? Oh no,
He just added it. He's just putting things right now. Maybe. Okay, I'll talk to them. Maybe he will have it done it afterwards. Can you mute, because I hear myself as an echo, so somehow. Are you muted? Okay, I'm gonna talk. Tell me if you don't hear me, just wave. I'll try to check. So I made a lot of work, as you see, saw in the demo with Stefan and Florian, mostly. And then I also worked on the volunteer star system, just read my snippets to see what it's about if you were not in the meeting.
Yes.
I see
The connection is not very good. Can you switch off the video?
Switch off or switch on?
Off.
Okay, switched off. Now I don't have the video. No, doesn't work better. Okay, I'm gonna retry. So about volunteer work, I've done a proposal that is now at go/volunteers if you want to take a look. I'm also doing the bi-monthly security check where I ask everybody to make sure their security is correctly set up. As we've seen with Paul, it might be important because you might lose your phone and then we don't want all the data of base or having problem with it. Problems, not many problems, just everything's going fine. We just need to find a way to go even faster if we can. Plans, more UI changes as Stefan presented. There's a demo at Pôle Emploi Lab, as you said, next week, and we need to prepare for that. And that's probably all. On the personal note, I've been to the Maker Fair with my kids, invited by Florian in Lyon, which was pretty fun. I got not bored, but I've seen everything in like 10 minutes, and then afterwards, each of my kids will say, "Hey, Dad, did you see that? Oh, and this is so cool!" And we spend like 3 hours just wandering from one booth to another. It was very fun. And also, yesterday night, I sang with my choir for the 20th anniversary of the murder of 7 monks in Tiberine in Algeria. Maybe you heard of this thing. There was a movie a while ago of Men and Gods, something like this. And because of this event, and now there was a big 20th anniversary in Lyon, and I was in the choir singing, so it was pretty fun and beautiful. That's all for me.
Cool.
We want to hear you sing. Is there a video or something?
I can sing a bit. I think the audio is not so good, so you'll need to wait for me to be in Paris, but I'll gladly sing for you.
As soon as we have the good microphone, we can do a recording here.
That's good. Okay, I'll do that.
There's a fun karaoke bar, not too far from here. So
They might not have those songs, but I could sing other things, I guess.
That's cool. So you are coming to Paris Wednesday and Thursday?
Exactly. I'm coming Wednesday 11, so I'll be for lunch in the office, and leaving Thursday afternoon.
Okay, cool.
Is there anything new from Florian in here? Yes.
No, I wrote them.
No,
oh yeah, he did. Cool.
Okay.
what's happening?
Yes, there are live updates coming in from Venice. So he did some first user tests with SNC, learned about a lot about the process and the product. I don't know any details about this, but he learned a lot. Great progress on the AI and the product. That's what you saw. He works with and gives us lots of nice mockups and ideas for us to implement. Got set up with tools and processes for creating and distributing mocks. Because those tools are that from a designer usually hands you over some PSDs, and then you have to make it a style guide. So okay, is it a padding of 27 pixels or 50 pixels? And so there are some pretty cool tools where you can just import the PSDs, and then you can measure things in there, export the colors, even create some CSS for you. That's pretty cool. And so Florio worked on created a nice workflow for us. And then he prepared interactions with 3 volunteers. That's Mika is the UX guy that helps us. Simon is another UX guy, I think.
Okay.
I
have no idea who Valerie is.
He mentioned that name in the document.
Yeah, Valerie is some little bit older guy.
Some business guy.
And what prepared interaction means? You just met.
So Problems? Florio doesn't have any problems in his life. He's not blocked by anything special. He doesn't have any problems.
Plans to deliver.
He has this amazing plan to deliver. Nice. And apparently no personal life.
Well, we know he's going to Venice, so we kind of suspect him to have a life.
Yeah, might be interesting.
However, I believe he's there with friends and not with a girl. That's too bad in Venice.
Okay.
Isn't that a really big mistake to go to this romantic place with your buddies?
Yeah, depressing, right?
Maybe lots
So
of
all couples everywhere?
lots of bromance going on, probably.
He also can scout for the next time he goes with a girl.
Deliver.
Nothing?
So, sorry, I said he can scout over there. So next time he goes with a girl, he knows all the good places.
You know, all the nice places, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I think that's it from our side.
No discussion this week.
Retro, can we show the retro?
Yeah, but retro is without recording. I'll switch this off and then call you again, okay?
Yeah. Just for discussion, I think this one, just want to say something. I guess congrats to everyone, and like it feels like we made so much progress. Like the past 10 days, and coming together. Also, I stuck my finger in this thing. I can't.
I looked mine.
Me too.
No, those meetings are there for me. Stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's out. Yeah, and it's awesome to see everything coming together. Work to come, but like things are finally starting to look like something, which is great. And it's also kind of cool that it with the AB71 stuff that they showed on Wednesday, that you guys showed on Wednesday. For a long time we've been saying, oh, our base is about doing impact through tangible software, and for a long time it was kind of like an abstract idea. We did a bunch of things, so it doesn't come completely out of nowhere, or in terms of just like visually feeling like we products that look like something. It's just a cool feeling. Congrats everyone, both in France and in the US. But it's not over yet.
With that, I would say happy weekend.
Cheers.
Bye bye.